Please welcome Puleen Patel. Thank you for coming to
Thank you.
the YMC.
Thank you. Thank you.
Keynote today was Puleen Patel coming in to talk about security. It was really an incredible conversation because that's one thing I don't know too much about myself, and it's another example of why it's so great to be able to have guest speakers come in and do their thing.
So everybody probably knows a lot about security. Security is always prevalent in our life, whether it's personal security, security of our content, security of our phone, security of our wallet, security of our money, everything, right? So when we look at the map of the web, and the way I've aligned this with security is, as we go into this mobile space, as we start having conversations over the internet, as we start having conversations using things like Facebook, using things like Twitter, using things like email, instant messaging, web technologies, all kinds of stuff, we have a lot of infrastructure that actually makes all of these things happen. Security is always done in layers. You have physical security, you'll have the software and application security, and then you'll have the channel security. When you build an application in the web world, a lot of these applications need to have infrastructure, servers. Most of the time, if you're a small company or if you're an independent developer or you're just starting off, you may not have all of that manpower and the economies of scale to actually put it in a large data center and make sure that it's secured. But you'd still put it in a secured location where nobody else can get to it, whether it's your parents' basement or your basement, whether it's in a closet that you have sitting in your den or somewhere. But you're trying to keep that secured because whatever graphics you're designing, whatever code that you're implementing, whatever kind of things that you're implementing, those are all intellectual property that belongs to you. And you wouldn't want to have that get out there to somebody so somebody can steal it and all that. Same thing with software and applications. So a lot of times when you write applications, we put controls in there that say, nobody else should be able to actually go and look at the code. What they would see is the nice, pretty front end, and how when you go to Amazon and you look at, I want to click this button and add this shopping cart. There's code that goes behind it, and all of that code is intellectual property. And then the channel is, when you try to access that Amazon website, there is a lot of security actually coming into play right there and then. So let's look at a web application, Gmail, for example. And how does Gmail work? In order for Gmail to actually run, you're going to have some sort of a server. And this server is housed in what we call a data center. So somewhere in California or in England or somewhere in Germany, there are a bunch of data centers that Google has where there's millions and millions of these servers that run and power Gmail. So what they do is, when we talk about over here physical assets, this server has to be physically secured so that nobody can get to it. So what do they have? They have different kinds of things. They have actual, the premises is secured. Then they have other things that do actually monitoring. So they actually monitor the actual servers. So if this server actually was pulled out and somebody actually unplugged it and tried to walk away with it, there's probably some trigger or some alert that goes to someone that says, hey, there's a breach of security because this server isn't supposed to be online. Once you have the data center and once you have the server, you then have the firewall. What it really means is they have a bunch of servers just like this that are doing one thing and one thing alone. They are monitoring this connection that's coming in. They're analyzing that connection and saying, hey, are you trying to do something bad, or are you actually trying to do something good? If you're going to try doing something bad, I'm going to kick you out. So you better tell me whether you're doing something bad or good.